YouTubers, Mocha Natural here. I am back to let you guys know my plans for the next 3 days. I've decided that in order for me to get back in the swing of things and be a little bit more diligent, I need to work my way up a few days, a little bit at a time. So I've decided that I'm going to do 3-day, 5-day, and 7-day goals. Okay, so as you know, sometimes we often do in our weight loss journeys, I've fallen back into certain habits as I have not been able to, get out and exercise much. I find myself sitting. I would say I sit a lot with a desk job, and then having to drive my daughter back and forth to her activities and then come home. I sit, if I had to put a percentage on it, I would say 90% of the time. And I'm not joking. 90% of the time. So, yeah, I definitely need to rein those ugly habits back in and get control over my life, okay? I did it once. Actually, I've done it multiple times. I've been successful with losing weight multiple times. But what happens is we forget those things that helped us to be successful, and we just let it get away from us. And so I'm getting back in the swing of things. And I'm going to start with a 3-day goal. So some of the things that I've had some issues with, besides, of course, irregular exercise, eating certain types of junk food. Like, I will actually prepare my food and bring it to work with me, but if I have a stress episode at work, honey, those, I can have all the smoothie ingredients, all of the salad ingredients I want, but nothing's going to satisfy and get me through that stress episode more than what I usually get from the vending machine. If it's not a Snicker bar, it's usually those Lance cookies. I like the Nico peanut butter cookies, or the Lance Oreo type looking cookies. So I'll have one of those, maybe 2 of those if it's a really, really bad stressful episode. So I remember looking back on one of my old videos, what I used to do was I used to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Now, I'm not one for really adding bread back into my regimen, but if I am going to cave and eat something that I should not eat, I would prefer to eat a half peanut butter and jelly sandwich compared to a pack of cookies that are like 10 times as much fat, and maybe about 100 to 200 times more, not times, but 100 to 200 calories more. Okay, I would rather have that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So I will go back to preparing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a snack, as a fallback. I really don't want to see it, just so that I don't encourage myself to go ahead and eat it for that day. I just want to have it ready just in case. I'll put it, far away somewhere down in the bottom of my lunch bag so that it's not in my face, okay? The other thing besides the exercising and the junk food, I have a serious coffee addiction. Like, this time around, I seem to have a little bit more difficult time separating myself from the coffee. I mean, I've gotten it really, really, really bad. Like, I went from drinking the Maxwell House coffee because it gave my stomach, some trouble, to getting the acid neutralized kava coffee. So I've got to definitely let that go. And I know that trying to do a 10-day green smoothie cleanse is not going to be effective for me if I have not already let the coffee go. I remember, I would say in the past 2 months, when I attempted to go into one of the cleanses, I have not been able to get through the 10 days. Like, by the time I got to the 4th or 5th day, something occurred and I had to break the cleanse. So I know getting well, if I have coffee in my system, you know, recently, no, I'm not going to even kid myself. I'm not going to make it, because I know the withdrawals will be terrible for me. So I want to make sure that I'm at least 2 to 3 weeks without coffee before I attempt another green smoothie cleanse. Okay. I know it can be done because I've done it before. You know, it's just getting rid of this one addiction, which also is tied to sugar. And that's another addiction that I've, oh my goodness, it won't let me go. It won't let me go. But I declare and decree, I will get over it. Okay. I will overcome. So, so the coffee, the junk food, from the vending machine, and sometimes, you know, I will even bring in my own plantain chips. I think I've done a video about plantain chips, popcorn chips. You know, those things are carbs that I certainly don't need either. Okay, so I want to work on one thing at a time with these 3-day goals. In terms of nutrition, one thing at a time. I have to incorporate exercise every day that I can. Okay, so I'll do exercise and work on one of my nutrition weaknesses. So I had to go with the one that I'm struggling with the most, and I'm going to eliminate coffee. I'm going to eliminate coffee for my first 3-day goal. Okay, and I believe I can do that. I can. I think I've just gotten in the habit of having a nice cup of warm something in the morning, and it just makes me feel good. You know, I've just gotten in the habit of it. It's not like I need it. Just gotten in the habit of it. So for the next 3 days, today is Monday, starting Tuesday, tomorrow, I will go into that 3-day goal. Okay. As far as my exercise, what I want to do is continue my walking. I am just giving away money to my gym right now. I'm paying like $28 a month, and I have not been to the gym in over a month. But it doesn't mean that I have not been exercising, actually. Because it's nice outside, I would prefer to work outside. So I could have actually went to the gym tonight because they have the best Zumba class tonight, but decided to kind of focus and think about, you know, these goals that I'm about to go through. So anyhow, tomorrow's activity, what I want to do is walk, and if I can, run 5 miles. And more than likely I will run. But if it's too hot out, I usually don't like to run too much because I don't want to feel any more drained than I have to, and then pass out and, you know, not want to do it for the rest of the week. So I have to be smart about when I'm exercising outside, and it's really, really hot. It's supposed to be in the mid-90s tomorrow. Okay, so got to be careful with that. But I've been posting, I've started posting my activity on my Twitter account. I actually restarted my activity with the Edmondo plan. I believe I did a video also on that when I was looking super, super skinny. But anyhow, I've started tracking my activity on that. So if you guys are members of Edmondo, follow me there. You can actually click on my Twitter account from my YouTube videos, and you can see, you know, my activity from there. Okay. Anyhow, so 5 miles tomorrow and no coffee. 3-day goals. Let's get it going. Okay. So I shall be back. And I don't think that I'll, you know, do an everyday video, you know, for these next 3 days. I'll just come back at the end of the 3 days and let you guys know how I fared. feel pretty good about this. I think sometimes when we have these lofty goals, it becomes overwhelming. You know, when I think about 10 days of a cleanse, it seems like it's so far away. It seems like by the time you hit the third day, it seems so difficult. I mean, it really seems difficult. And so I don't want to get to a point where I just give up. So I'm going to cut it short at 3 days and then restart, if I need to, another 3 days. Depending on how I feel at the end of that 3 days, I'm going to take a break. It may be a 2 or 3 day break. It may be next week when I do my next challenge. But I want to make sure that I am actually challenging myself and not allowing myself to do something that's pretty easy. Okay, so 3 days just to get me back into the swing of things, and getting over coffee, getting rid of that extra sugar in my system, and overcoming, you know, the constipation issues. You know, we're getting back into that. So the key to all of this is to most definitely stay prepared. Come in with all of the right foods. I'm going to stick with my smoothies no matter what, even if I just drop down to 1 smoothie a day. And, you know, that's pretty much what I've been doing lately anyhow. 1 smoothie a day, I do a salad, and then whatever for dinner. There's some other things that I want to work on nutrition-wise as well, because that just reminded me when I said whatever. But fried food, I've also, like, man, you know, when I know I haven't cooked anything for my daughter, and I'm like, okay, well, we've got to pick up something. And it's usually fast food from somewhere, okay? So that's definitely not a good thing. So that'll be something else. We're working on coffee and 5 miles for the next 3 days, okay? No coffee, 5 miles, next 3 days. I'll see you guys then. Take it easy.